Layers upon layers of flavors. That's what Indian cooking is all about. And today we're learning how to make one of the many versions of aloo gobi from cooking instructor Amala Hold. Amala is the owner of the Connecticut School of Indian Cooking, and she joins us now. Welcome back, Amala. It's great to have you here.
It's wonderful to be back here on Connecticut Style.
We're making aloo gobi. Again, tell everybody what that stands for.
Aloo is literally in Hindi is potatoes, and gobi is cauliflower. Now, cauliflower doesn't go well with many spices. It has a unique smell, flavor, if you want to call it. And this combination of spices does wonders to the cauliflower and the potatoes to give it body. What's common with all the different versions, the variations of aloo gobi around India is they all have the 3 aromatic spices: cinnamon, cloves, and cardamom. They're part of my garam masala.
Now, but this version that you're making comes from what part of India?
It's from South India.
South, okay.
Now, what that means, South India, why do I call it South India? Because I like to add mustard, curry leaves, and the plentiful use of tomatoes is found in the South.
Now, you've already started this dish.
Yes.
You actually used the mustard seed instead of the crushed version.
That's right. Mustard is a great indicator of the temperature of the oil. So the way I like to start, and as most South Indian dishes start, is you start with oil and you put your mustard, and here it is, the mixture of mustard and urad dal. That's a good way to gauge the heat of the oil is when the mustard starts to splatter.
Urad dal, what kind of spice is that?
It is actually a lentil. It's a split and hulled version of urad bean. But it is also used as a spice when introduced in hot oil.
Okay.
It's crunchy. Now, what we're doing here is we started mustard in the oil. When the mustard starts to speak, that's when you add whole cumin seeds, which is right here, for the flavor. And then I added onions and curry leaves. Curry leaves is very much South Indian. North Indians haven't heard about it. It's actually amazing.
I was telling you earlier that I eat Indian food when I am not feeling well, especially when I have congestion, because the spices really help me. They make me feel better.
It is amazing because of all the different spices that we use, that you would feel like after you eat a good Indian meal like this one today, for example, is you feel good everywhere. You know, your digestion is great, your sinuses have cleared. Black pepper in my garam masala helps clear up sinuses.
Cumin is good for what?
It's a carminative agent, which means it's very good for your digestive system. Ginger and garlic paste right here, which I grind my own fresh garlic and ginger, it does wonders to your digestive system. Really, just ginger in water, a drink, you know, if you have a heartburn or something, ginger is great. It's fantastic.
Okay.
I always keep them in my cupboard.
Now, you're cutting up some cilantro.
Yes. Now, we need to move to the next level. So here, we've fried up onions. Now it's a second layer of flavor building. Now I'm introducing ginger garlic paste, and you will just...
And how do you create this ginger garlic paste?
I peeled up 4 cloves of garlic and about an inch of ginger, and I just ground it up in a coffee grinder. And here are my spice mixes.
Look how colorful that is.
Yes. Here's your turmeric, your cayenne pepper powder. This is coriander powder, and this is my homemade garam masala. Now, garam masala is what has my cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and a few cumin, coriander, and black pepper. Now, this seems like a lot, but it's the combination of spices that gives it the unique, authentic Indian flavor.
Is your version more spicy?
You can adjust the heat. That is the best part. You adjust the cayenne red pepper is the only thing that offers the heat in this recipe, and the green chili. I've cut down the chili to just 1, but for instance, for my home, I might actually put in 2 green chilies. What you could also do is, because green chili also imparts flavor to the dish, you can de-seed it, then it's not so spicy, but it has the flavor in it.
Okay.
So this part where I've just added my spice powder, my garlic ginger paste, this can fry up really, really quick, so you really... Always remember with Indian cooking, have all your ingredients ready to go.
We were talking about this earlier, how I'm from the Philippines, and our dishes are very easy to make. However, the prep time is lengthy. You got to chop up everything and have it all ready. The cooking time itself, though, you just throw everything in and it's done.
Yes, I agree with you. My parents, my mom did, and my relatives did spend a lot of time in the kitchen. But what I found out is fresh onion, if you know how to cut an onion and a tomato really quick, That's all there is. My husband helps me with the vegetable cutting. So here we have, do you smell the flavor?
I do.
Now is when it's like totally flavorful. You add the tomatoes in after because it's going to give off a lot of liquid. Now what we're doing here is building a base sauce. We're going to let the tomatoes cook down. It's going to let the fluids down. You're going to let the tomatoes break down. You will actually see a lot of liquid. Now, summer tomatoes have more liquid than, you know, out-of-season tomatoes. So depending on whether you have enough fluids, because what we're going to do is cook the potato in this juice, in this tomato juice. So what I do here is when this softens down into a sauce, I add my cubed potatoes. This is going to take about 5 minutes now. I'm going to add my cubed potatoes. I cover it, lower the heat, and cook for about 5 minutes. I open the lid, add cauliflower, close it back, give it a good stir, salt on top, then you cover it back another 7 minutes. Then you have this product. What you're going to do now is crank up the heat, because now you've boiled your vegetables in this base flavored sauce. Then you're going to crank up the heat and see if you can try to evaporate the fluids.
Now, you do have to be careful, though, because you don't want to overcook the potatoes or the cauliflower.
That's right. They start to break down.
They do.
That's why I set my timer.
It doesn't taste as good when it gets very smushy.
You want to see what you're about to eat, right?
You want it a little bit crunchy?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the idea is you want to evaporate the liquids so you get a little crust on the bottom. But if not, who cares? Kitchen, what you make is what you're going to enjoy, and you will not be disappointed. So when you're done here, this is an all finished product. You're going to turn it off. You're going to sprinkle fresh cilantro in, and here's another little secret that
you have many
Indians
secrets.
like to do, and that is just to add a little bit of the garam masala at the not too much at the end. And these spices don't need much cooking. So, it's not
I can smell that.
You see that?
Very strong.
Give it a good stir, and it's ready to go.
All right. If you want this recipe, all you have to do is go to our website, WTNH.com, and click on Connecticut Style. Also, Amala, you have this cooking school, and you have classes throughout the week?
Absolutely. Connecticut School of Indian Cooking. And you can go to my website, schoolofindiancooking.com. I teach classes out of my home in Reading, Connecticut. I also teach through continuing education outlets. Currently, I'm on schedule at the Fairfield Continuing Ed. And my classes are filled, so please come on, take some of my classes.
Time to taste? Just really quickly?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's good. Look at the color. It's beautiful.
Now you're getting 5 vegetables out of this one dish.
Love that healthy dish. Yum. Thank you very much.
Thank you.